Hi guys, my name is Chetan. Today we are going to talk about the prompt engineering. This is one of the most demanding skills for this decade. So let's start what we have today. Okay. So today we are going to talk about what is the prompt, what is the prompt engineering, how to write a good prompt, what is the technique we can use, how this prompt is evolved, and what is the trend for emerging trend for the prompt. Okay, and we will see some of the case studies as well as ethics and responsibility of AI practice. We are going to cover everything in this today's presentation. So let's start, guys. What is the prompt engineering? So prompt engineering, basically a user give the inputs, provided the requirement, prompt, document that or structure that instructions, and provide this detail to the AI. AI will process the data and generate the output based on the instruction or provided by the prompt, and you will get the result based on the instruction you given. So that is in simple way we can say it's a prompt engineering. Now, what let's understand more about the prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is not only the art, it's art and science to generate your desired results. Why we call art? Because it gives you the desired results. And why we call it science? Because if you have to have provide the clear cut instruction, structure, and context or background behind that. We have to remember one thing: better the input and better the quality. Otherwise, you will not get a good response if you do not have the good prompt. Prompt can be for in any form: text, visual, and audios can be provided. The input can be provided in any form, okay, visual, audio, and codes. So let's see how this prompt engineering works. So we have to understand the concept for the prompt engineering. But before we go and talk about more about the prompt engineering, we need to understand what is the LLM, large language model, which is the heart and key of this one. So in the next couple of slides, we are going to see how this prompt is evolved, and we're going to talk about the LLM as well. So let's see how the prompt is evolved. In 2020, there was a keyword prompt. There is a keyword prompt which just give the inputs through the prompts and just hope for the best results. Okay, then we see the 2021, 2022. A few short examples are come. So it means like you provided some of the example template to the AI or prompt. Based on that example template, it will generate the response. Then the role base or chain of thoughts has been evolved in 2023, 2024. So AI can be act as a role, act as a play the role or persona, act as an analyst, act as a manager, and can provide the response accordingly. Then as further enhancement has happened, the chain of thought, thinking about the logical step-by-step process, and it will provide you the outputs. And then multimodal prompts, where we talk about the text, audio, and different types of can be considered as an input. This all and we are going to discuss in next couple of slides, where we're going to talk more in detail about that one. This is just a history of how the prompt is evolved. Okay, now let's go and talk about LLM as we discussed earlier. Large language model. It's basically the data which can be provided in any form: text, image, and speech. The large set of data has been provided, and it's been trained. This trained data will be stored in the vector database. This is typically is the function of the large language model. So large language model is the source for your AI to generate the data. This is the feature of the AI which can be developed through the deep learning method we are using to develop the AI and develop this large language model, and which is used frequently used for the prompt engineering for the prompt. Let's see couple of examples are there. Okay, like we all knows about, or most of the folks are using the chat GPT and other AI based prompt engineering tools. So chat GPT is also used the LLM, large language model. It is a 2.5 trillion parameter used to huge data set to perform the different or multiple types of functions. Similarly, the BART is another one LLM model for prompt engineering. It used 340 millions of parameter to provide the desired results. So Google Gemini is another one example, which is developed by the Google Mind. These all are the example of the state of the art, will provide you the very good accurate results based on their LLM has been developed. So now let's go further. There was one case study, was AI powered financial reporting chatbot. So I have authored one of the article, AI reporting financial chatbot, which you can find out on as per the below link. So we have implemented this for our clients or customers. So after implementing, we see the 65% productivity gain and 94% of reporting accuracy and the significant faster performance we saw. When you have time, let's go through this article and read it. You will get more insight about the article. Now, what is a prompt? We need to understand the prompt before we talk about the prompt engineering more. The prompt is nothing but it's just a call of action, call to action. What is the call to action? Is you tell to the AI how, what to do, how to do, and sometimes we need to say what to avoid to get the desired output. That is called a prompt. So prompt engineering, why the prompt engineering matters? The- Nowadays, the AI is used by for prompt AI and prompt used by almost in all the sectors, especially the when you have to write a good detail or documents or research paper. Law, healthcare, and business are significantly using this one. But we have to remember, in order to get to write a good documents and document, we should have the good LLM or large language model has to be developed accordingly. So good data input will give you the good results. Okay. So better input is the better output. Not only this, so we have to see the quality of the prompt. Good quality prompts will give the good results. Bad quality prompts will not give the good results. It will give you the bias information and it will waste your time. This one. So we have to focus. We'll see some of the examples in the see how the good and bad prompt will impact the work. Okay. So this is what you have to remember. This to talking to when you're talking about the prompt engineering, you have to remember when you like how to talk to the AI. So the language is it is called the prompt engineering. It is the prompt, the language which you're using effectively communicating to the AI. So let's see why effective prompts are important. Effective prompts is very important because if without the effective prompt, it will directly influence your quality the AI response. If you do not have the good prompt, you will not get a good response. Crafted prompt will give you the desired results, what you're looking for that one. That is why the importance of the prompt is there. Now, let's see some of the examples. Good versus bad prompt. You can see here, if you go and just give the instruction, explain the AI here. AI. So it is a very weak, the scope is very high. You will not get the results. You will get a very generic results or output of this one. But in order to give us a good instruction to the prompt, okay, if you mention explain AI in 100 words using the simple language, it will give you the desired results and with a specific limitation. So this is one of the example. Another example, if you say tell me about the cybersecurity, this is again a little bit weak. You're not specific because cybersecurity could be plenty of information available. What you're looking is not very clear. But if you want to make it the good prompt, you can say list of 3 common cybersecurity threat or explain how this Microsoft Defender mitigate them. Similarly, you can ask like prompt, "Hi, can you write the email for me?" It's very generic, but if you ask them to play the role or act as a project manager and draft the email response based on the highlighted on certain points, you will get a better results. So these are the example. Purpose of this example to show to all of you. Prompt, see how you will give the input or instruction based on that you will get the response. So we have to learn about how do you need to provide the prompt or details to the AI in order to get the good results. So let's check it. See, so the best way to give the input to this one, you should remember this 4 points. Okay, so we should provide the context or the background of the work background, what you're doing, context to the AI, and then to provide the task information, what you want AI or prompt has to respond back to you, and then provide the constraint, what are the limitations are there if you have limitations, so that you should provide, and similarly you need to provide any additional information which you want to do. See here, the one of the example is highlighted here. The marketing manager, like suppose, okay, so you're the marketing manager for the few new product launch in FMCG sector. This example is talking about you are providing the background about the marketing manager belongs to the certain sector. So this will help us more to get a good results. Similarly, if we want to perform AI to perform the task more efficiently. So now the example is written here. The write a short paragraph that describe the target audience for the product and the key marketing messages that will be resonate with them. So this is the task what you given after providing the background and the task you given with the example, and then you're putting the constant on that one. The response should not be more than 150 character and should be focused on the most important marketing messages. So now you're limiting and providing the constant 150 words and focus on the certain areas. And then additional information like the product is a washing liquid for the washing machine targeted for the urban and semi-urban households. So with the help of this type of structure, Once you provide to the prompt, you will get a very accurate answer. So keep in mind this formula, the context, towers, constant, extend function. This is very helpful to provide the structure prompt detail to get a better results from the prompt. Okay. You can remember few of the verbs for the prompt engineering, which will help us to give us a more accurate results, like act as. You could, this is a persona pattern. Okay. So where you can ask LLM or ask AI to be act as a manager, analyst, specialist. So we'll give you the better result. When you say ask for the analysis, he'll provide you the more detailed analysis of the certain detail which you are looking for the specific field. Summarize. When you ask to summarize to the AI, use this word summarize. So then he'll summarize for you in the way you're looking for multiple information in the summary statement the way you want. So use this word. These words are very helpful. Generate. So it will generate the output the way you're looking based on the ideas or the details is given. So it generate the new ideas as well as the concept for you. So use this. So will help you. Predict. So based on the current, based the data available, he will predict or train for you. So you can use this word. These are the words which will help you to give us a more accurate results. Elaborate more. So you can have asked to AI to elaborate more in simple language. So on particular topic, on particular point, on a specific area. So it will help you to give us a desired results. Simply, and the last one is nothing but more than like simplify. So it can provide the result in the simple language so everyone can understand easily. So these are the power verbs along with what we saw how to write a prompt. Along with this power verbs, if you can use, that will be very helpful for you to get the good results. So now let's go to the next one. So there are core prompt techniques. There are many techniques which can be used to get a better results. There are few techniques are listed here, like role prompting. As we already talked about, we can ask AI to be act as a PM or act as a lawyer, act as an analyst. So these are the few examples there, role-based prompting. So can we play the role and give us a good results? Chain of thought. It's a step-by-step process. The way human think, you can provide the instruction and you can expect the result as per the instruction given. So it can solve your complex problem and with the step-by-step process. So you should know how to instruct to the prompt. So this is the chain of thought. We can use the technique to get the better results. You could have multiple time you need to give the instruction, like step-by-step process. First time you give certain instruction based on the output, you will go the second set of instruction, then third set of instruction, will give you the good results based on that one, all together combined. Few shot is just another one case where you can provide the example. Based on the example, AI or prompt will return you the response. Zero shot, nothing but just a straightforward. Just you provide the instruction. Based on the instruction, he will like a response back to you. So these are the core prompt technique which you can use for to get the better results. So we see so far the three way. Okay, you can use the provide the context, background information, more details to them. Okay, and we can use the power verbs as well as we can use this prompt technique to get the good results. Now, the prompt quality. Okay, when we're talking about the prompt quality, we have to remember one thing: garbage in, garbage out. So good prompt will give you the good results. Bad prompt will give you the bad results. Before we like what is the best way to provide the details to the prompt, keep in mind the goal and audience first. Okay, keep it, and then accordingly you can provide the information, provide the more background and data point as much as possible as a part of the format what we talked about. Background context is this one, and you have to mention very specifically you need the desired in which format. You need the bullet point, summary, PPT, or Word document. The AI will be generate all this for you. Add the restriction, because you're not adding the restriction, it will be the open-ended, either the length, okay, tone, perspective, or any other thing which you are looking a specific thing from as a part of your response. So these are some of the points which you need to be, which you want to make sure you are using this. Keep in mind this point for using the prompt, okay, for accuracy to avoid any biasness. Now, we talked about prompt. We see how to write the prompt. But if we see some of the good and bad example, how to write the prompt. So there are success story based on the prompt engineering. After evolving of the prompt engineering, there are a few examples and we are going to talk today. There are plenty of them are available. If you to go and search through the AI or go in Google, you'll find so many examples are there. One of the examples of most of the customer support or Fortune 500 companies using the AI assistants or chatbot and other AI assistant for ticket resolution. We see the 14% increase on their average resolution. Similarly, the MIT able to, with the help of structured prompt, they are able to produce the better research articles and documents. So the quality is significantly improved and save the time also. Similarly, the BCG has, like BCG mentioned, like even the non-technical people can solve the complex problem with, because of the prompt engineering is available, because of the prompt, good prompt is available. So this is another one case is there. Okay. And we see the McKinsey has developed the product library, which can help us to go code refactor and identify the root cause. It saves significant time as well as money for them. So these are the few success stories out there. Many more could be there. This is like how to use the prompt. So you really get a good results of the prompt. Now let's review some of the story, which is the failure cases. So as I mentioned earlier, okay, the garbage in, garbage out. If you do not have the good LLM, okay, and you do not have the good LLM, then you will not get a desired. If you don't know how to use the prompt, also in that case, also it could be the case of failure. So one of the airline chatbot gave the example, like give the misleading information to the customer, and the lawsuit has been filed, and the airline paid the huge penalty. This is one of the information we're using the chatbot, because might be the chatbot given the misleading information. It's not trained properly with the LLM. This is one of the example. The another was the sensitive data leak example is happened where someone is accidentally share the code confidential code with OpenAI or with prompt engineering. Okay, so that become the issue, and then later on the organization block the chat GPT within their own organization. One of the very interesting case with the terms of service agreement has been updated by by automate AI, and they have mentioned on that the chatting and other information, customer information can be used to train to the AI without their consent. So this is again become a big issue. It was came in the news also article. So then later on the organization corrected that problem. Another one thing, the if you are using the AI to for like example for hiring, okay, so one of the case what's happened in hiring, the the AI will was a bias and providing the information based on the age and sex, okay, and that could create the issue. So later on, this has been blocked by the organization who are using that AI. So this one, so we have to remember when we are getting the benefit of the AI, the we could have the issues also the AI. So how to use, what process we need to use, what is the ethical way of working, how to write the prompt to get the good results. We have to make sure every time we need to validate the results. Since you see some of the cases of failure and success, and we earlier saw some of the example of good and bad prompt, this could be the cause of the success and failure. Now let's go and see. So we so far we talked about lots of things about the prompt, how to write, now how to write the prompt and say. Now see, look how where the trend is going now. Future trend we're talking about. So, like we need to like in the next 25 and next 3 4 years, you will see the more governance will be come to the picture. Talking about more about the standard audit, more audit is going to happen because it AI can be used according to governance, and audit has to be happen to make sure the accuracy of the AI to avoid any issues. AI going to further going to use like there's a multi-agent going to closely going to work with the co-pilot. That is, you see, it's you see in the next 20, you're going to see in the next 4 to 5 years, it's going to more, you will see the progress on that one. Multi-model, we already using text, images, and audio. Now you'll see the studied combination of that one. It's coming in the future AI. So can be given the instruction on multiple modes together and get the response in a different way the way you're looking. And the most important thing, dynamic learning. So it can be AI can be learned as on the fly adoption that you see this changes is going to happen in the next 3 to 4 years. This is the trend. Now let's take a pause here, and because we talked a lot about the prompt. So what we covered so far, okay? We talked about what is the prompt engineering. We talked about what is a prompt, how to write the quality prompt. We talked about provides a good detailed background context. This one, pick you can use a different technique we talked about, like chain of thoughts prompt and other techniques can be used for writing the good prompt. What tool and framework we need to use, and most important thing about this one, the ethical part, which we're going to cover in the next couple of slides, like how to what could be the how do we need to work, and how do we human need to validate all these ones. So these were the so far the key takeaway. Let's go forward. Ethical way of working. So we have to remember AI will give you the lots of input. So you should be transparent with your client, customer, or anyone whom you are working. If it is AI contributed work, you need to mention clearly it is AI generated work, or it could be edited by you. After generation, taking the help from the AI is not a bad thing, but you should be transparent about that and communicate accordingly. Avoid claiming the AI generated content belongs to you. Please make it be clear, okay, and to your client, customer, or anyone, like it is AI generated content. So you it should be good for everyone if you mention this one. So we talked about this one, and we should not use the unbiased wording when writing to the prompt because that's very important. This is the basic ethics we have to follow while using the prompt for AI. So we all are responsible for following the ethics and develop the good community to how to use the AI. Okay, now let's see. Governance and safety. We already talked a little bit about in the previous slide about the governance and safety. We have to be very clear about how to handle the data. So some or and retention policy that has to be defined very clearly within the organization as well as outside world. So we should have a rules and regulations should be in place to avoid the misuse of the policy. Train your team or train your peers, colleague, and other members who is using this one ethical way of working. Okay, and make them responsible for the good using the prompt accordingly. So output AI generated output, and make sure you are verifying that AI generated output can be a bias based on the LLM is there. If you're not human, need to verify that output. Otherwise, it is so we have to make sure all the AI generated content has to be verified by human. So you have to cross check with this one. So this is what the most important thing for the governance and safety point of view. Now, the all the data presented in this presentation are you can see the reference and data sources are available here. So it's all the data we are present from the certified places with all the data. So talking about that. Now I want like going to talk more about how the prompt engineering impacting your work, okay, or your current workflow, okay. What is your experience about the prompt engineering? We'll talk about some time. I will take some of the question about ethical policy and what should be the perfect prompt for you and how is your experience about this one. So let's talk sometime during our meeting. We'll more deep dive about this one. So look like I have covered most of the stuff here. I think so we are good for now. If you have any question, please post the message to me. We'll try to answer that question. Thanks for joining. Thanks everyone. Thank you guys.